Hello everyone, this is the history tutorial video for class 10. We were discussing the French occupation of Vietnam and how the Vietnamese were trying to resist the French colonialism in everyday life. Let us look at the religious sector where Vietnamese were trying to resist this colonization process of the French. Colonial domination was exercised by control all over the private and public life by the French authorities. The French occupied Vietnam militarily, the French occupied Vietnam with the help of their armies, but they also sought to reshape social and cultural life. While religion played an important role in strengthening colonial strength, it also provided ways of resistance. Religion religion was taken in control of the French to help them colonize Vietnam. But religion also had a role to play in resisting this colonization from the Vietnamese viewpoint. Let's see how this was done. Now, the religious beliefs of Vietnam was a product of an eclectic culture, a mixture of cultures. They had Buddhism, they had Confucianism, they had local practices, local beliefs. So it was a mixture of all these faiths. Christianity was introduced by the French missionaries, and Christianity, the mode of Christianity which the French introduced to Vietnam, to the Vietnamese people, that was very intolerant of these local faiths. They viewed the Vietnamese tendency to revere the supernatural as something to be corrected, as something backward. So, Vietnamese people, they believed in local practices, they believed in Buddhism, Confucianism, but the French Christians, they thought that this belief of Vietnamese people, this faith of Vietnamese people was something to be corrected, something which is wrong, something which is backward, something which is not modern. Now, from the 18th century, many religious movements were hostile to the Western presence. Many religious movements were organized as a protest against the French occupation. An early movement against the French control and the spread of Christianity was the Scholars' Revolt of 1868. This revolt was led by officials of the imperial court who were angered by the spread of Catholicism and French power. So these officials, they led a general uprising, a general revolt in Nguyen An and Ha Tien provinces, two provinces, Nguyen An and Ha Tien, where over 1,000 Catholic French people were killed. The French crushed this movement, but this revolt continued to inspire later generations. The elites in Vietnam were educated in Chinese and Confucianism. Confucianism was a Chinese practice, so the elites in Vietnam, they also spoke Chinese, they also believed in Confucianism. But religious beliefs among the farmers were shaped by a variety of syncretic traditions that combined Buddhism and local belief. So the farmers of Vietnam, they believed in local practices as well as Buddhism, and also a mixture of Buddhism and local practices. There were many popular religions that were spread by people who claimed to have seen a vision of God. So there were many small religious practices, local religious practices. Each of those practices had a local god man who claimed himself to be the representative, the chosen one of God. Now, some of these movements supported the French, some of these movements did not support the French. Now, one such movement, one such local movement was Hoa Hao movement. Hoa Hao movement began in 1939 and gained great popularity in the fertile Mekong Delta. So, the river Mekong Delta area, that was a very fertile area, and in that area this Hoa Hao movement spread very rapidly. It drew on religious ideas popular in anti-French uprisings of the 19th century. So, in the 19th century, the anti-French uprisings which took place, this Hoa Hao movement drew inspiration from those uprisings. The founder of Hoa Hao was a man called Huyn Phu So. Huyn Phu So. Huyn Phu So performed miracles and helped the poor. So Huyn Phu So was like a local godman who claimed to have been the chosen one of God. His criticism against useless expenditure had a wide appeal. So the French tried to suppress this movement inspired by Huyn Phu So. They declared him mad and they put him in a mental asylum. So the French, how did they deal with this situation? They tried to crush this movement, they tried to arrest the leader of this movement and declared him mad, and then send him to an asylum, to a mental asylum, where he would be kept for life. Interestingly, the doctor who had to prove him insane became his follower, and finally in 1941, even the French doctors declared that he was sane. The French authorities exiled him to Laos and sent many of his followers to concentration camps. So what happened is sorry. So what happened is the doctor who was brought in by the French authorities to certify him as a mad person, to prove he was a mad person, that doctor eventually became his follower. That doctor eventually became his disciple. So this is very much like a Joker Harley Quinn type of situation, where Harley Quinn was actually Joker's psychiatrist, Joker's doctor. While their therapy sessions, while the counseling, Harley Quinn actually gets influenced by Joker and then becomes his sidekick and becomes a criminal. So this is something which is similar to that. Anyway, finally in 1941, even the French doctors had to declare that no, this person was not mad. So what the French authorities did, they exiled him to Laos. They exiled him to Laos, a distant city, and sent many of his followers to concentration camps. Movements like this always had a contradictory relationship with the mainstream nationalism. Political parties often drew upon their support but were uneasy about their activities. That means they could neither control or discipline these groups nor support their rituals and practices. Yet, the significance of these movements in arousing anti imperialist sentiments should not be underestimated. So, religious movements also had a very big role to play in the rise of nationalism in Vietnam. Okay, so we are stopping here. We will continue with this in the next video. Till then, bye.